Welcome to the first episode in a long time on the Super Chevy Brothers YouTube channel. It's been a while. Today we're talking about Dead or Alive 6. As you can see, I played the online beta test for as much as I could. I didn't get too much time in, maybe 5 or 6 matches, but I want to talk about my impressions. I'm excited for this game. I really like Dead or Alive, even though it's mostly just, tits and bouncing. It's really fun. First off, the game looks good. The art style is the same as it's been for, I don't know, however long it has, but the girls do look a little different. The faces look slightly more distinct from one another, and that's good. And the game will be 4K. I don't know if this demo is 4K, but it should be 4K on the PS4, or at least some stitching or whatever they call it. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks really good. It's really smooth. You'll see when the gameplay starts here in a second. First I went in for the tutorial. This game's a little different from the other ones. I really like the implementation of the bars at the top. If you notice, they're like super bars that you'd get in Street Fighter or something else like that. Look at these wonderful skills. It's the training is just garbage. You can only press a button. It's like you don't even have to press them at the same time. Actually, you just press what's on the screen at any time. But you'll see here, I fucked this one up because I had the door ringing, and I pushed one at a time instead of all of them. But with the super meter up there, I think it works really well for DOA. You can do a super move like what you just saw was happening. Here's where I push the buttons way different times. And you can use it for counters, which I think really fits in the DOA fighting style. It doesn't change the game too much as far as regular mechanics, but having that in there is just another layer. I think it's really good for it. After this, I get into the actual beta test online, and it's good. I like. I always like DOA because of how it feels, the hits, the slams. The presentation's usually pretty good as far as like camera and in-game and things like that. And you can see it here. People's hair falls back, and they still have the sweat and all that junk they added 2 games ago. They doesn't look like, as you can tell, the girls are more covered up in this one, at least in these costumes. And it doesn't seem like the controller jiggle mechanics are in the game, where you could flop one memory left and the other one down or whatever. But it's still, anyone worried about that kind of stuff, don't worry. They still bounce. You got your bounce. I know the audience I'm talking to for Dead or Alive. So here I start the online. Looking at the roster, I'm a little disappointed. I expected, or was hoping at least, for more characters. DOA usually doesn't change so much as far as, like, the core roster, the moves characters use. So I was really hoping you could get, I don't know, maybe another 10 characters in, but that might not be the final roster. I do like here where the costumes and other accoutrements are in a separate menu, so you can kind of scroll through and find what you like. They have the glasses thing that they added a few games ago. I don't find that too intriguing, but it's all there. They also have tags, which I'm gonna get stuck in because I can't figure out how to actually start the game, so I'm gonna go in circles here looking to find which button gets me into the actual fighting. But I think it's good. It looks like they're focusing a lot more on online being more functional and working better, especially with this beta coming out, and I like that. Esports is maybe not everyone's favorite cup of tea, but I think it helps games. At least they have something to focus on. Like, you have to make the mechanics good, and you have to make the online good to get people to play and the games last longer, especially fighting games. As far as the online goes, it does take a while for me to find an opponent here. I'm just gonna sit here and fill up space because there's nothing to say while it loads up. It's a little longer than your Street Fighters or something else. My internet connection is not great though. It's not amazing at all. It's fine, and that's it. Doesn't get any better than that. But I hope when the actual game comes out, it does get better than this, because this, you see here, it's just taken quite a while. And while I was doing this recording, I had doorbells ringing and food cooking on the stove, and I had plenty of time to get to all of it. So this kind of takes a little too long. It should pop up here soon. I do get a connection. There we go. I got a timer in the back of my brain. You get a connection there. It's a strong connection. And while we played, the game actually ran really smooth. Latency was super low. I didn't even notice it if it was there at all, which is really good. I know it's just a beta test, and a million people aren't playing it like Anthem or something, but it was really smooth. I didn't feel any lag while playing. There was some, of course, but it felt like playing with someone next to me on the couch.
This is for real, Kasumi.
Alright, so I get in this is my first fight I had. I like INA. I've used it a lot in past titles, so I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. And there I go. I used some of my meter there, which I think is really cool. That's like using it for the counters, like an all-around counter, is maybe the smartest thing they did for this game. And then I have a full one here. I'll use it later. You'll see. And also, if you notice, at the top of the screen it says 4-way holds. In this game you get to choose whether you go 4-way or 3-way. There's my super there. Yeah, that's me. I start at the beginning of the match with the super. But the 3-way holds and the 4-way holds are really I like the choice you can have in it. If you want to play online, of course you gotta go 4, but when you play with more casual people, it's maybe a little too much, and 3-way holds is much easier, I think, for people to grasp. So this person's not so great. There I was trying to test my my back holds and see how much latency there actually is in the match. And there's not much. I did miss a few, but that's just because I'm bad. And the game looks really good. It does. You can't see it as well. This is only 1080p, but it looks really nice. I do like the battle damage that's happening. I wish there were more. I want more, tears and rips, but the hoods come off, people's faces get dirty. You'll see that maybe at the end. You still see sweat falling off of people, scars and stuff. And yeah, I get a little scratch on my face, but I did kick that guy's ass, so there's not there's not really a reason for me to have more than that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. The one thing I hope is that they don't have, I don't know, another $700 of DLC, which is just ridiculous to me. I love costumes. It took everything in me not to buy in the last game all $700 worth of those costumes. I'm happy I didn't, but the games are better when those things are more accessible and aren't hidden behind hundreds of dollars worth of extra content. So we'll see. The game did get delayed, but it'll be out soon. I think they're trying to maybe find a better window, especially with Mortal Kombat and things coming out. And it does look like there will be a free version with 2 or 3 characters, and you can buy the characters separately or buy the whole game like there was last time, and they did well with that. they got a lot of people do it, so maybe it'll work this time. Anyway, thanks for listening to me babble on about one match and fighting game about bouncing jiggle mechanics. It's been Chevar, Super Chevy Brothers. See you next time.